Hi, this is Trang. Welcome back to my closet. Today I want to talk about the fake it till you make it mentality and what a big scam that is. How it relates to fake designer goods and bag. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. How that came about is I'm in the middle of doing laundry and I ran into my drawer of shame. Why do I call it the drawer of shame? Let me show you what's in it. I got this thing right here. We got this belt. See, I wasn't just satisfied with getting it in black. I also got it in white. We got another belt. Ooh, shiny. And a whole bunch of these hair tie thingies. Why is it so shameful, y'all? Because it's fake. All of it, y'all, is fake. Let me tell you about how I got scammed into buying these fake items. First off, y'all, I do not have a holier than thou type of personality, clearly by looking at me. You can see that I'm not in no position to judge nobody. Jesus Christ, my baby hair is going crazy. But I'm not here to judge y'all if you got fake items. Clearly, I own some fake items in the beginning of my luxury journey. I can't judge none of y'all. We're not here to do that. I just want to share my honest experience about my luxury journey, why I came to this point where I'm no longer purchasing any fake designer items. And I just want to see what your thoughts are on the subject matter. Let's start off with the good. Clearly, we have a lot of replicas everywhere. Any flea market you go to, what's so good about them? Why do people keep reproducing them? A lot of people, you may or may not know, use fake. Our Queen Beyonce uses fake. If you don't believe me, there is an interview in which she clearly states that she has a giant diamond ring that is fake, that she wears for her own protection if there's not a lot of security, because her real ring, y'all, is very expensive. It shines brighter than most of our future, and she don't want to get robbed. So she has a fake replica made that she wears on stage and for occasions where security is low. Tyra Banks, the supermodel, also purchases fake purses. The reason why she does it, well, she's a public figure and you're expected to always be on trend. Designer bags are not cheap. Commonly, they run for about $4,000 and up. If you're a public figure and you're expected to always be in fashion, it gets really expensive for you to keep up with the trend. So Tyra Banks, in the beginning of her career and sort of in the middle of it, she bought a lot of fake bags because she would be photographed. Her money went, of course, to generating more baby money through investment, through properties, etc., etc. So her deal with buying fake is she wants to keep her money in the bank in investment and not so much to show off. Then we have Teresa Romer, who's a YouTuber and philanthropist. She allegedly owns fake bags. Now, I've seen some of them with my own eye through her YouTube channel because she does have the world's largest closet and she displays a lot of these items on there that clearly these bags allegedly are fake. The reason I say allegedly is because she never outright openly admitted to them being fake. But if you know luxury brand, some of these bags she has, y'all, the designs that she had were never released by the fashion houses. And then some of them have very funky detail. One of her Hermes bag has a key ring on it where the clochette was attaching itself to the key. Now, Hermes would never do that. So anyhow, we're just going to say allegedly she owns some of these fake bags. Why would she do that? Who knows? She has the world's largest closet. The world's largest closet needs things to be filled up, right? So most of her items, I'm sure, are genuine. She maybe has a couple filler in there that might be fake. Who knows? Now, why would these millionaires who could afford the real thing opt for fake? Well, security purposes. They want to invest their money where it's going to grow instead of where it's going to depreciate, right? And then it's a part of their brand. Looking rich will actually make certain people richer. So that's a part of the brand. Most of us, however, who buy fakes are not because we're millionaire and we trying to, invest our money safely. We buy fake because we're flat broke and we can't afford the real thing. I'm not saying this to hurt anybody's feeling if you are in the low income bracket, because I've been there. One of my subscribers asked me to talk about this bag. This bag is made by Paloma Picasso. It's the closest thing to a Picasso piece that I will probably ever own in my life. She is the daughter of Pablo Picasso, the famous painter. She also designs for Tiffany, and at one point in her career, she came out with a luxury line, and this is one of the bags from the collection. It's made in Italy, hardware is gold-plated, very good leather. Now, I found this bag at Goodwill. Growing up, I was extremely poor. I'm not talking about middle class, lower class. I'm talking about below poverty line. So regularly, we would shop at Goodwill, where I spotted this bag. The detail of this, where the knobs and screws are, it just looks different. It looks quality. So I came up to this bag. Lo and behold, it was $11. $11, y'all. And your girl at the time could not afford this $11 bag. Actually, I had to ask my mom to come back during senior discount day, which was a Tuesday, so that I can get a discount on it for it to go down to $8 before I can afford this bag. So believe me, if I'm talking about low income class, I'm not making fun of y'all. Like, I get it. I've been there. I got evidence to prove it. By the way, I love this bag. Let's take a moment to talk about who these replicas are targeted towards. They're not targeted toward Beyonce or Tyra Banks. They're targeted toward the average low-income consumer. If you don't believe me, look it up. Most replicas are not replicas of Hermes Birkins or Kelly, because most low-income class people, we've never heard of Hermes. So we wouldn't even know that is something valuable. Most replicas you're going to see are of entry-level luxury brand. For instance, Coach, Michael Kors. Usually once a year when I was growing up, we would go to Macy's. And it would have to be a very special occasion, a wedding, some sort of giant event for us to go there and buy anything. So the brands that you're seeing at Macy's, Dooney & Burke, Coach, Michael Kors, things of that nature, are the highest of designer knowledge that most of us would have seen in our life. If you're making a replica of Hermes, your audience will not know what that is to have a perceived value. Hence, it's targeted toward the lower income class. When you are poor, you guys, you would do just about anything to save a buck. So I thought I was so smart to buy this replica of this Chanel bag, right? This thing. It was advertised as being genuine leather. It's just, oh, look at how bad that quality is. That turn lock, half of it is gold and half of it is like silver in color because the gold plating just wear off. Anyhow, I thought I would save so much money, y'all, because being that it is genuine leather, I'm pretty much getting the real deal, right? The material, 1/10 or 5% of the original price. I paid about $400 for this, which is a good chunk of change if you think about it. $400 could have gotten a really nice leather-lined Coach bag. But no, younger Trang decided she was going to be bougie on a budget and get this replica. Now, the mentality is, you're saving money, but here's why that is false and why it's so stupid. Let me open this. On the outside, we already see problem, right? Look at this rivet. It's a different shade of gold than what this chain is. This chain is a lighter shade of gold. This rivet is a darker shade of gold. By the way, the reason this replica is so expensive was because aside from getting a super fake. This was the next best thing. I think was like AAA grade replica. And you can see even AAA grade replica how bad this is. This thing, when I felt it, immediately I knew it was not even leather. Now, if you're selling a replica, you're not exactly the most honest of people. So I should have known that coming. But look at how good the detail is on this bag on some part. Look, they got the EP zipper and everything. Now, look at this. I'm about to break my finger off, y'all, and I cannot get this open. No Chanel bag is gonna be this hard to open where the zipper is like so stuck. Like seriously, y'all, it's like stuck. Now let's look at the button. When you're buying a replica, y'all, 80% of your money is going towards getting the item to look authentic. The actual money spent on the material is probably 20% or even less. So here they got that Chanel on the button, but look at this. I have never even closed this button. Look how badly tarnished it is. It's just terrible. Let's look at the stamping. It's faded. Mind you, this bag was used for 1 year. 1 year, y'all. Look at that button. Gosh, completely tarnished right there. The stitching in here is intact, but these supposedly lambskin, I've never seen lambskin like this. It's flaking off by itself. Look at the inside of the bag. Oh, do you guys see that? How terrible that is? Look, it's just flaking off, y'all. My God. This is what I get for buying a fake. Look at this. Do you think this is leather? It's not. My goodness. So I pretty much had it coming on that Chanel bag because I knew it was Chanel. I wish I could say that I was young and naive when I bought that Chanel bag and I didn't know no better. But no, I was just old and cheap. I thought I would save myself money, but as you see, not the best decision. These are some belt that I found at a flea market because aside from Goodwill, that was also where we shopped at the time because I didn't know any better. I didn't even know they were replicas of anything. Like I thought they were just a cute looking belt, so I bought them. Now I realize how ridiculous they are. So I cannot even wear it, you guys, because it's so shameful. There's like a giant gap in whatever this ring thing is. Look how awful that is. Oh my goodness. And this thing is a replica of a major dress designer. I forgot what the name was. But once again, these small items, I did not know that they were even designer. I just picked them up at a flea market. These bows, they are so bad. This is the only thing that I did not pay for. They just came as a gift. Whenever you buy stuff at a flea market, sometimes you buy things and then they gift you small items. So thank God I never paid for the ridiculousness, the foolishness that is these bows. What the heck? Look how terrible this is. They didn't even spend the time to cut off the fabric. It's just hanging there for dear life. The reason I say I got scammed into buying that Chanel bag, number one, is advertised as real leather. Genuine leather. It wasn't. Number two, I got scammed by this idea somehow achieving the end result faster, quicker, without making the effort. That bag right now, Chanel medium, after tax, maybe about $5 grand, right? And I bought it for what? $400 back in the day. There is no way you can get a product $5 grand and reduce it to $400. But that's how we scam our brain. The get rich quick mentality. No, most people who get rich do it really slowly. Unless you're doing something illegal, most people can't get rich quick. But we in this fast-paced environment where everyone is so impatient to see results. And you're seeing a lot of that in these fake designer goods, in this Instagram fakeness where people are producing videos, throwing fake money, wearing fake designer clothes, driving in rented cars, wearing fake bags, wearing fake watches, bot followers, so fake friends. Oh my goodness, like what are we coming to? Success comes slow, y'all. Money comes slow. It's okay. It's okay to use good quality things that are not brand name until you can get to that level. Let's talk about what you're paying for when you buy a designer item. Clearly, it's really expensive, and it's expensive because of the material used. It's quality leather, quality metal, quality plating, so that it's not gonna flake off on you after 1 year of use. Another thing you're paying for is the artistic integrity, their intellectual property, the design element, and the craftsmanship of how they're gonna piece this leather together so it doesn't fall apart. Why this is important is that luxury items, for the most part, do retain their resale value. When you are poor, you might look up at the rich and say things like, I don't understand why they spend so much on a house or on a car or on a bag. But the thing that the rich know is that whatever they buy, it will somewhat retain its value, even give back to them. For instance, like if they buy a Birkin or Kelly, the moment they walk out of that door, y'all, the value increased by at least $4 grand on the resale market. You going to buy a fake Coach bag, Michael Kors bag, you will never get your money back. If you use it for 1 day, you try to sell it, zero. This piece of you know what, I cannot ever sell it because it is illegal to sell fake stuff. And I would never even sell this to anybody. That is just wrong on so many levels. I can't ever get any money back from buying fake items. One of my biggest pet peeve, y'all, and I had to unfollow 2 YouTubers over this, is people who use their influence to then say, oh, you guys, you know, I am so into luxury bag, blah, blah. I love it so much. I came out with my own bag brand, and then I get excited. I want to support them. I wait for their bag to get released. Guess what? They had made a legal, pretty much, replica of a Birkin or a Kelly. Oh, it kills me. Then I gotta go unsubscribe to you. These people are fleecing out their subscribers, selling y'all fake goods, right? What they do with this money, y'all, they take it and then they walk over to Hermes and buy the real thing. They know there's value in the real thing. So they selling you the fake so they can afford the real thing. It makes no sense. I can't stand it, y'all. We've talked about the good points about fake luxury, the bad. Now let's talk about the ugly. The truth that nobody really talks about. When you buy a fake designer bag, y'all, you stuck with it. Like I said before, I can't gift this Chanel bag to anybody because it's fake and I feel bad. Not only that, the quality is just deplorable. It's disintegrating and it's just sitting there. Nobody's using it. It's basically disintegrating before my very eyes, y'all. The only reason I still have this bag is because a part of me, I just don't want to be wasteful. Over the next couple years, it'll probably rip, who knows. But right now, I'm just using that bag when I go to the shadier parts of town where I get my wigs, my weave, you know, things of that nature. Because I don't know why the good hair is at the shady part of town. So if I think I'm going anywhere potentially that I could be robbed, I'm going to wear the fake bag. If I get robbed and they take the fake bag, oh well, good riddance to them. We are living in the era of the internet where nothing ever dies. So maybe today you buy a fake bag. Tomorrow you might want to become a luxury YouTuber. They're going to pull out these pictures of you in the fake bag and they'll be like, you wore that fake bag. Now you are promoting authentic luxury. Should we trust you? Do you want to ruin your reputation? Probably not. Now that you guys know I have these fake random accessories, does that change how you think of me? Did I lose my street credit? Probably so. You might even say all my stuff are fake. Who knows? How dare you? right? It's legit. If I own this one fake, badly fake Chanel, what's to say any of my stuff are real? Like Teresa Romer, she never came out and admitted that some of her stuff were fake. Now I got doubts in my mind. How much of that closet is real? Who knows, right? Another ugly truth about fake designer things, and this point might not resonate with a lot of people, because you would have to have your basic needs met. You would have to have shelter, food, water, stuff to start thinking about other people. But the people who manufacture these fake items, they are usually exploiting child labor law. It goes toward criminal activities, etc., etc. Now, if you are like broke as a joke, living like a roach infested apartment or whatever, you probably don't care. But out there in the world somewhere, some child is sewing this fake item so you can get it at the street corner for cheap. That's really sad. I highly suggest that you don't continue to buy fakes, because if you're buying it, they're gonna keep producing it. So the moment that we recognize that, hey, we accept that we're poor right now, we may not always be poor. We're going to strive to move ourselves on up to the next level. But at this point in time, I'm okay with going to Goodwill and just getting myself a good leather bag. I don't need to waste my money trying to be something I'm not. I really want y'all to be rich, real rich. Rich as in you got money in your bank account, you got money in investment. Not Instagram rich, where you bought like a $2,000 wallet with no money inside and a credit card that's in the negatives because you trying to look fake rich. We are now 200 subscribers strong. I thank every one of y'all for accepting me and allowing me to just speak openly on any sort of subject, luxury wise, and feel comfortable enough to show my naked face on screen and just have an open and honest discussion with you guys. If you want to hear more open and honest discussion or any topic that you guys want to talk about, comment in the section below, and remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. I'll see you guys in the next one.